Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, Legion by Lenovo, Mountain Dew League, and ESEA.
Welcome back to the NA Pro League. It is now time for our final map of the night. Immortals up against the Foundation, and it is looking very, very good for the Immortals. I mean, 16-2 in the first map there on Cobblestone. It looked like they weren't going to lose any of those rounds, realistically. Like, it was only the pistol rounds that kind of almost went the way of the Foundation, and one ended up going the way of the Foundation, and then they ended up losing to a force buy anyway. So
yeah, 16-2. Pretty rough. They did avoid the 16-0, barely. It was 15-0 first half for the Immortals, and Immortals got perhaps a little bit too aggressive in their T-side pistol round. Didn't quite push together, but they rectified that 2 rounds later anyway, so
yeah.
All
Whatever,
said and done.
much of a muchness, really. 16-2, 16-0, doesn't really matter. I suppose the round differential can kind of help, but at that point
plus
you're already...
14, plus 16.
Yeah. You're still making such a good name for yourself in that one anyway. But here we're going over to Inferno. We'll have to see how that one does turn out for the Immortals. Obviously, I don't think we're going to be expecting to see the Foundation really show up too impressively in that one. But I suppose stranger things have happened over on the mainstream.
Cloud9 in the lead.
Cloud9 in the lead, but marginally so. Maybe they started on the CT side.
And they did get a 10-5 first half, so looking at this, they've obviously lost the pistol. So, unfortunate, but still getting a 10-5 half over SK of all teams is an achievement. These two teams, of course, slogging it out number 1 and 2 in the league at the moment. So big things from them, and of course they're all trying to make it to those LAN finals.
Yeah, and Optic Gaming there as well. Not having the greatest of times up against Liquid, going down on the 2 maps, but overall, some pretty, I suppose, expected results. Like, Liquid's looked pretty good lately. Optic has fallen off a tiny little bit, I think, as well. But this one here between Cloud9 and SK, that's a really hard one to call. I think it could go 1-1. Both teams should have a good shot at least getting a map.
Yeah, exactly. These teams, of course, are the numbers 1 and 2 in the league at the moment. I think SK has it over Cloud9 by a little bit. I think it's 1 map win difference between them, something like that. The round differential is quite different. But these 2 teams pretty much guaranteed for the LAN finals in Dallas. And, you know, LAN is always the dream, right?
All right. Yeah, it is. It is. So I think it's definitely a good shot for both of these 2 teams. Obviously, speaking of SK there, as well as Optic a little bit, both those teams are going to be coming through to IEM Sydney, which is coming up in a few weeks, and we are obviously very, very excited
event,
for that.
The dream.
It is a LAN event. It's a big LAN event, a big one here in Australia, the biggest even for Counter-Strike on our shores. May 6th and 7th, you can go along there to that URL. I'm not going to read it out because it's very, very long. Check out that, pick up your tickets. I know probably a lot of people watching this are going to be in North America, but hey, I mean, you can come visit us down here in Australia. We have a very, very nice country. It's always going to be fun for a visit. Got some nice beaches. Maybe not quite close to where the venue of IEM Sydney is going to be, but still, it'll be a good time. Be a fun event here for the first time, really, in Australia.
Yeah, it's not only the biggest Counter-Strike event we've had. I'm pretty sure it'll just be flat out the biggest esports event we've ever had.
The biggest, probably fully dedicated esports event,
fully dedicated.
I think.
There's been big stages before.
Yeah, there's been big stages. I mean, we have PAX in Australia as well, which is quite large. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be quite up there. There's obviously been a couple of other larger tournaments around the place, but never for CSGO, never this big. And so it should be a pretty exciting time for everyone involved. But yeah, interesting to see some of those international teams coming down under here that have never been here before. But obviously speaking again, or bringing this conversation a little bit back to NA Pro League, which is obviously what we're here for. Immortals and the Foundation are both not coming to IEM Sydney, but they are still trying to battle it out here at the moment, and maybe it's really only Immortals at the moment that's battling it out, because Foundation did not have an excellent performance on Cobblestone, and moving over to Inferno, I'm thinking it should be fairly similar here. Depends on, I mean, does it even really depend on which side they start on? Like,
no, I think Immortals going to out-aim them no matter what.
Exactly. Like, if Immortals start on the T side, even though it's less favoured, I suppose, on Inferno, they get the AKs in their hands, they just rush out, destroy everything, I think.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters which side they're going to start on too much. It should just be rolling away, rolling through, pardon me, rolling over the CTs, really. That should be what we have going on. But to start us off, the Foundation going to take the CT side, so they have themselves a chance here on starting on the favoured side of the map.
Yeah.
Immortals will take a T, but I really feel like this one's going to be a very similar, just one-team show, and that team is going to be the Immortals.
All right, we're going to see where they do end up going, rushing down the banana here. Now walking. Looks like D's going to peek him, and the shots do come out here from Bolts. Henny, in the end, is the one to pick up the kill. And, well, good start for Immortals, now making their way into the B-bomb site, which is somewhat heavily stacked here. The smoke does come across for CT, which is going to make life for Dizzy a little difficult. Caboose, he doesn't even check the angle. That's an easy kill for FNX. And Immortals, they just steamroll all over this B-bomb site. No chances for Foundation there.
Yeah, really nothing too much that they can achieve. So they're going for this retake, still spamming away with the pistols. 5-7 of ZQK does find one, but it's him and Dizzy against 4. Lots of work to be done for them, and Bolts tagged very, very low by the 5-7, but Dizzy almost entirely locked out. The kill's actually coming through. No, they find 3. Now Bolts left on his own, does find 1 more, but this bomb timer is ticking lower and lower. There is no kit available for Dizzy on just 5 HP. He's actually going to find the shot. Won't be able to jump. No, actually he's found a kit as well. Going to get the defuse out of nowhere. The Foundation win a round.
That was something of a clutch, wasn't it? That really was something of a clutch. And he's going to celebrate by shooting some fish. And then spin body.
Shoot fish, that's rude.
Well, he just saved their lives by not allowing that bomb to go off.
And then shot them.
And then shot them anyway.
It's like it's Deadpool conflict resolution.
That was not great from Immortals. They got what was it, 5v2 on the B side and still managed to lose that.
4-on-2.
4-on-2. Okay, well, still.
Actually, probably also 5v2. I don't know. Either way, it was a situation they should never have let drop is the main summary of what we're getting at. This time it's pistols and no armor up against 5 UMPs. Should be an easy round for the Foundation, but weirder things have happened.
And still, weaponry that can do some work for Immortals. Steel's going to take a lot of damage from that grenade right at his feet. Does 35, which is not too bad. MC starting off with a kill onto FNX. Getting another one onto Lucas. So, fairly standard anti-eco so far for the Foundation. Nothing too exciting happening here. Steel might have a chance to get MCE spotted the foot. And he does get the kill as well. So, not too bad there for him, but he'll only be able to retrieve a UMP, which is obviously, you know, not as good as an M4 or something like that. Which is not in the game right now. But, you know what I mean. He would have liked an M4.
Yeah, would have been alright, but it's a 3-on-4 right now. Good damage though. D down very, very low. Bolt's not going to be able to trade it though with Dizzy there for support. And he gets taken down as well. And Steel, he's found 2 kills. Going to need an ace. Will get shut down by Caboose. So, Foundation equaling the rounds they got on Cobblestone right now.
Yep.
And this one should be an early buy for Immortals. There it is. Off the back of that bomb plant in round number 1. The full AK has come out. Can Foundation get more than 2 rounds?
Probably.
Hopefully.
I like to think they probably could. Dizzy this time, stepping up 5-0-0. It's not Caboose that's doing the carrying right now for the Foundation, but we'll see whether or not that's going to continue throughout this remaining half, because now that Immortals have their guns, Foundation are in a bit more of a difficult position, and there you go. MC goes down early on into the piece to Steel. That's one of the rifles as well dropped for the Foundation.
So, it's not a great start for them. They can't even really reclaim it either, as the only person who could potentially get to it is Caboose, and he's got a rifle of his own, so not really going to be swapping his out. ZQK caught out as Caboose gets wallbanged down by Steel. 2-on-5 again. Let's just hope Immortals can hold on to this one better than they did the pistol round.
Yeah, you have to think that they probably will be able to as well, considering the rotation time here for Dizzy. D does at least manage to take down FNX. Lucas trades out Dizzy. Now 1 player left alive. Just D. Spots out Lucas. But again, the trades, aim duel really at this point, not a trade, goes the way of Immortals. And so that was a very convincing round. Losing only 1 gun. The Foundation back on to probably an eco right now. Dizzy and D the only ones that might have been able to afford a gun.
And they're not going to go for anything, really. Just going to be saving up. They have bought a couple things. MCE has a Zeus. Like to see that. It'd be nice. Zeus kills are always entertaining. My favorite time in Zeus history, though, was when Cloud9 became Zeus 9, but
yeah,
not this time. When Zeus's became free, there was a glorious compilation of Cloud9 at whatever event they were at, just getting all of the Zeus kills, and it was great. But this time, it's all the headshots and none of the Zeus kills. Who is MCE? He's playing in apps. Really hoping someone pushes close so we can get him a little bit of a zzz, but...
Someone pushing in his direction. It is Steel, But sadly, the Zeus is not going to work out for it.
Ooh, big dink from Caboose, but can't go and get the gun. A little bit too greedy going for it.
Oh, he would have died there anyway. They knew where he was. So.
Oh, yeah, but still, the gun would have been nice.
Yeah.
Not going to happen, though. Immortals make it 2-2, showing no signs of slowing.
So the buy does come out from the Foundation. D going to be taking away an AWP. There's going to be probably a UMP Mag 7. Okay. I thought someone needed to get some utilities for Foundation. And MCE is the one to do that, but D's got a smoke there as well. Still, it's not much to work with for the Foundation here. They'll mostly be relying on the weaponry. Probably on D to get an opening pick or something like that. Where is D playing? B-side.
He is over towards the B-side, yeah. Playing towards Spools at the moment, or Coffins as they are now, but I'm going to call them Spools. That's what they were. Back in the day, I sound like a salty old veteran, but back in my day...
Back in my day.
Back in my day. No, I'm not going to do that. Either way, MCE playing very close apps. He had a Zeus last round. He's got something similar, but slightly bigger this time. This time he's going to need to hit this shot, though. Caboose, though, opens up with 2, and MCE is just biding his time. Going to push in and trade out Steel with a wallbang. Upgrades to the AK as well. 4-on-2 right now. FNX and Bolts, lots of work to do. Minute to play with, but not really that much positioning either. The bomb is still within their control. They did leave that outside the apps, but still lots of frags to find.
Well, all we need really from Immortals here is just to take as many guns away from the Foundation as possible, because their money at the moment, it is still a little bit lacking. So if they allow this round to go to Foundation with only, taking 1 gun away, then that's not really going to be enough work done by the Immortals. They need to take another 2 guns here, or even another 3. Just make it closer so that the CT side economy doesn't start to build up this early on in the piece, and it just doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. Bolts 1v4. He does manage to take down MCE. He might have a chance here. If he does take down that kill, he can actually plant the bomb on the A site. He doesn't know it just yet, but he'll figure out that the A site is now undefended, and he's going to get the bomb down here. So it's a 1v2. It was a 1v4, and it is clutchable.
Chance here. They're both crouching in, not playing the headshot angles, and Bolts turns away at just the wrong moment. Dizzy cleans him up with the headshot, so a good round there from the Foundation. Took more damage perhaps than they should have in the 1-on-4, but either way. Consolation prize for Immortals is the bomb down. That boot looked really not very comfortable as well, yeah. All right, Dizzy.
That's beautiful.
It is. Nice heart. He loves the game. There's another one, CT spawn.
It's graffiti.
Love isn't graffiti, Jordan. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Good one.
I don't know. All right. Immortals coming away with another buy here. Foundation, again, they themselves have got another buy. What's MCE doing here? Setting up for a smoke. Bolts is having a look down the banana line as well. Not spotting too much out, but the grenade itself is not going to do any damage either. So Immortals just trying to figure out where the CTs are positioned right now.
CT's not giving anything away though. Playing back in their corners, waiting it out. MCE going to throw a cheeky flash or 2. I think they're actually going up on the roof and going off. It's quite a nice flash.
Yeah.
But there's no one there to run into it. He's just used both of his flashbangs. ZQK again, playing in close apps. It just seems to be like close range engagements. So if I can't reach out and see the fear in my enemy's eyes as I kill them, I don't want to play there.
Well.
That was maybe too poetic, but that's where he's playing anyway.
That was a bit morbid, I suppose. Anyway. Immortals, for the moment, do have player advantage. MC is going to go for a peek into mid. No, he's not.
JK. Just kidding, guys. Not going to do it. He's going back in now, though. FNX, waiting behind this corner, is waiting for exactly this. ZQK's out as well. FNX finds the first. There is one over to his right, but it's ZQK who has to get close. We'll be able to upgrade to the M4 here, though. Hasn't done it.
Oh, there's a chance here for ZQK. He hears them coming. Why does he have the USP out?
Because he was swapping to an M4, and he did it at a really terrible time, which is unfortunate. So now, D in the 1-on-4, none on 4. FNX gets the kill immediately before I can even get too much said, and
Money
replays
reset.
3. Money reset, exactly. So there is 4K on Dizzy, but no one else really has anything. He could maybe drop some pistols out, but why are they... Okay, they're buying into this. That's interesting. Well, ZQK's $900 now. He had 1,400.
Yeah.
Spent almost half of it, so they're going for P250s and nades and smokes. It's actually a, if not for the armor, that would be a completely symmetrical buy, but, you know, this round, there's not too much for them to get done.
Bolts does a bit of damage there to D. Not able to get the kill, though. Overall, though, still favourable trading at the moment for Immortals. They haven't even taken really much damage at all. Bolt's down to 92, but it's much of a muchness, really, because they've been able to do a lot of damage over the Foundation. And again, they have control of that, their side of the banana, really. And also control up towards the top of mid now as well. See whether or not they are going to be able to bust out onto the A-bomb site, as we are serenaded by the chicken.
I was enjoying watching Bolts on X-Ray there. Like, I know he's pre-firing things, but the X-Ray through the wall just looks like he's spinning around in circles and shooting at nothing. But doesn't matter. It works. Lucas takes that MCE in the meantime. Back into a 5-on-4. Caboose trying to play around this smoke. Looking for an angle. Wants Steel to walk into him, but Steel's watching... I guess he's looking for feet there in the corner. Perhaps. Maybe.
When the smoke fades.
Yeah, he's just trying to get the early timing, because smokes fade from the outside in, so that's fair enough. But now, Caboose is going to be able to win that fight. Steel can't hold the spray accurately. Caboose actually gets away with the gun this time. Needs to make the difference, though. 3-on-2. Dizzy has just a P250. Has found a kill with it, but Caboose can't find the kill. The bomb is back in T-spawn. It's already been recovered. Dizzy's pre-firing his way down Banana, trying to catch out something, but the cutoff for the rotation is already here. FNX with full health is going to be waiting in library. There's nowhere for Dizzy to go. At this point, he looks like he's just going to be saving the AK over at B.
Yeah, if he can. I don't think Immortals will push him here.
There's two players with low HP. The only person who could is FNX. And he's at the moment just waiting in library. Bomb does go down with about 6 seconds on the clock, so they use all the time in the round Immortals, but they use it well. Okay. Get the bomb down nice and safely.
FNX is having a look at least.
He's looking for him. Got to go all the way into construction to find him, though. If Dizzy keeps jumping, though, he's going to make noise. FNX now should be within audible range. No, Dizzy's actually doing the fancy little crouch jumping that you can do. So if you crouch before you jump and then uncrouch in the air, you don't make noise when you land. There you go.
Sneaky.
But
you're not sneaky enough.
Yeah, FNX is there.
Damage done by Immortals. Foundation, again, probably going to have to eco this one out. Assuming they don't buy much into it. Immortals do have a full buy. Their money is starting to get rolling again, so it's feeling fairly similar to what we saw on Cobblestone, where Foundation, you know, they challenged the first couple of rounds, I suppose, but then once Immortals really got that ball rolling, it was all said and done from there. And maybe we're at that point again here for Immortals. I suppose haven't seen a gun round from the Foundation, you know, not the last round, or it was the round before. So next gun round, maybe we'll see what Foundation can show us. But this is just these couple of anti-ecos is allowing Immortals to warm up pretty nicely into Inferno. Bolts opening up easily onto MCE.
Straight through the smoke. One more trying to play close. Henny has one bullet left in the AWP and he finds a kill with it. Of course he does. Easy for Henny. Finds himself one more. Great Molotov usage, forcing D into a peak. Nothing he could do. Unless he just wanted to sit there and fry. Had to go for that and they were so ready for it. Henny whips out the CZ and ends him. Caboose does have a couple players in front of him. ZQK has a few as well, so either of them could potentially find kills if they can line up the headshots, but... Wow, Henny. Wow. Jumps across looking the other way, spins around, uses precisely 2 bullets.
Easy.
And gets the headshot.
Easy, mate. I do it all the time in MM.
Oh yeah? Tell me more about how much Counter-Strike you play, Mr. Wall of Tanks.
Whoa. Whoa. Hey, I was DMG before the reset.
Wish I could be as cool as you.
Yeah, me too. Everyone does.
Even Elfish Guy wishes he could be as cool as Elfish Guy. You heard it here first. Henny, very quick pick into mid, removes MCE. Diaz to B-hop his way back up Banana to safety after going for the AWP shot, finding nothing. All this spam through the smoke that... Did Steel just disappear when he died?
Yeah, I think so.
Next level strategy. Immortals employing the fake your own death and use the invisibility cloak method.
Yeah, it's Harry Potter all over again.
It really is. 4-3 though for the Immortals. Still in a good position in this one. Lucas waiting inside apps. Really wants someone to peek Boiler, but no one's going to give him that fight. Gonna have to move by himself and try and find it instead, but a man to the good, Immortals. They've still got a bunch of time to play with.
B-bomb site would be an excellent choice right now for Immortals if they were to smoke off CT, go straight into the B site. They basically have free control of that, but seems like they are more interested in the A-bomb site. They will have a couple of players from the Foundation to deal with over there, but yeah, they don't have a smoke. That's the problem, right? So they have to come in through apartments mostly. D is going to push out here, gets the angle on a Henny. That's an easy kill. unfortunate for Henny, just watching the wrong angle, but the rotation from the Foundation, it's incorrectly called. It will allow Immortals out onto the A-bomb side easily. ZQK looking for some kills here, and he will take down Lucas, but they know exactly where he is now. At least they know that he's on the site.
He's still getting away with more, though. 1 on 2 for Bolts. Knows that ZQK has to be on the side, and ZQK just spotted him moving into pit. Good Molotov, though, to force him back. Still looking for this peak, though, is Bolt. Has grenades coming his way, avoids them both. Looking for the shot, dancing around this hole in the wall. Just needs to play for time here, but they're about to come over through Graveyard. If he gives them too much time, and peaks a little bit too wide, kill comes through. What a round out of ZQK, though. Staying alive on the bomb site for so long, getting 2 kills out of it. He really made that one possible.
I thought he was going to go down for sure, but not quite. And so it does seem as though Inferno is going to be a little bit closer than Cobblestone was. Foundation looking much better on this site. On this CT side than what they looked like on Cobblestone. Immortals for their own right, I mean, they are still trundling along quite nicely. Like 5 rounds on T side, they've got lots of money here, they can buy next round. Even if they do lose this one, they're still in with a pretty good shot at making a good first half out of this one.
They are. It's been good for them so far, but it's also looking not too bad out of Foundation as they get boosted up high, and MC caught completely. A great entry frags out of FNX. Lucas steals the last kill from him, but that is the SK FNX that we used to see. That was very classy rifling indeed from him. Now D and Dizzy, with only a chicken to keep him company in CT spawn. Bomb sites are completely open. Bomb is going A, but there's 2 players for the T's over on B, and why not? Clear out everything. Don't give the CTs a chance to save a single gun.
Yeah.
Dizzy is going to be looking the wrong way. Lucas peeks around the corner, crouching under him to throw off the pre-aim. It's ballsy, but it works. And now Henny spots that D.
D's trying to retreat towards the B bomb site.
D is D dead.
D-E-A-D.
D-E-A-D. D-E-D.
Dead.
D-E-D dead.
Just put a D on the end of D and it says deed.
He's done deeded.
Be like dead, but almost not quite.
That sounds like Crocodile Dundee. I can't say that. It's not a knife. This is a
If you
knife.
want to see Crocodile Dundee, come to IEM
Come
Sydney.
to IEM Sydney. You know, I saw the ESL Australia account tweeted a gif of that earlier.
Really?
But it was Chiefs against Australis, I think, and it was. Oh no, it was Chiefs versus Optic. It was someone. It was that's not a knife.
Chiefs
this
are
is a knife.
versing Australis.
Yeah, I know that. But yeah, there was a Crocodile Dundee reference. There you go. So for more quality Australian humour like this, come to IEM Sydney.
Bloody oath.
Bloody oath.
All
Excellent.
right, enough of the Australian colloquialisms.
That's a big word. Did you get it out okay?
Colloquialisms.
There you go.
I don't know. It didn't come out. It came out Australian. It was just like...
Colloquially.
Yeah, it's just mumbled out. Just like Immortals mumbling out all the way onto the A-bomb site. I don't know where we're going with this cast anymore. It's gotten to that point where I've just done that much CS this week that I'm just like...
Whoa! And he please.
All right.
Bolts closes out the last. Dizzy with the 1 kill, but only the 1. 7 and 4 for Immortals. And man, that's the thing as well. Even though Foundation are keeping it more competitive on this one, what they can't answer for is the random star power that comes out of Immortals.
Yeah.
Just one dude will be like, hey, I'm just going to CZ someone through smoke. Yeah. I'm going to jump out of apps and get a kill. Like, oh, hold on. No. He's got a Nova and no armor.
And they've also got 2 Zeuses. So this could
be
a fun
essentially
round.
3 super close range guns.
Yeah.
It can work. Wait, is that Caboose with him? I thought they had the Zeus's stacked on top of each other. That would be hilarious.
He's the God of Thunder after all.
He is. Oh my goodness, look at that though. Steal straight into CT. Now wrapping on him through Con.
CQK's here just quivering in his boots with only a USP.
You can see through that smoke though, probably, because of the Molotov, but oh no, Caboose has a Zeus. Caboose is here.
Caboose has a Zeus!
Caboose gets the kill. That's what I'm going to go with.
Yeah.
Lucas does fall. Gets a little out there to make himself feel a little bit better about it. It's the best part about getting Zeused. The fact that you get to hear the noise. It's also the worst part, but...
I'd love to get a replay of that noise that you just made.
I'd love us to not do that. I think. I don't want to encourage this sort of behavior from production. Dizzy does find himself the 1 kill with a quick dink onto Steel. You've thrown me off. It's a 3 on 4.
Well, it's not AK like you were on anyway.
AK recovered by Caboose. MCE with the Nova. Still a Zeus alive on D as well. D just contemplating a bin at the moment. Fair enough.
Maybe that's where the Foundation will find themselves after this game.
That's Dizzy, my apologies. Alrighty then. Bolts picks up 1 more. Caboose completely cakes the spray. That chicken is running very quickly on the spot. AK is tonight. Oh, D. D, please. Yes. Yeah, there we go. 2 Zeus kills from 2 Zeuses. That's not bad.
The dream.
Dream, boys.
At least the Foundation have something to get excited about. And they will be able to buy into this round. So we're back into a gun round. Admittedly, a UMP there for ZQK, but not too big of a deal. Still a weapon that can work. Double orb setup as well is nice for the Foundation, but oh, that's not a negative. It's an M249.
That costs like $3,000 more. I
Why?
guess at least it's offensively viable, is the other thing. The Negev is not very useful on the T side.
I like saw it and I was like, ooh, and then what? Oh, I thought that was a collat. I was like,
No,
yeah.
double orbs both get kills.
2 kills from the orb. So come on, Lucas, let's show us what you've got.
What I want to see right now is that Steel and Henny need to die, and then Lucas needs to 1-on-5. That's what we're looking at right now.
Oh, the dream. And never let go of mouse 1.
Fires 40 bullets. Better reload with 58 left.
Yeah.
Be moving in
Can't be
close
getting
now.
caught with no bullets left.
It's a problem. It's a legitimate issue when you have a light machine gun. This is probably a misbuy, but I do so want it to work. Lucas is just going to be a god of the M249. He's just been waiting until now. He thought, all right, this game is close enough, but it's time to unleash the secret weapon. Pull out the M249, boys. Get me some ace. He's going to peek straight into an orb, though, but the shoulder peek is good. And MCE is about to have a lot more bullets. A lot more bullets in his face than he's ready for. Is he going for a no-scope right now? Okay, no, he will scope in, but misses the flick.
No! I want the M249 to get the kill.
Jordan, let him do it. Steel's picked up 2 headshots. There we go. Lucas through with the M249. Surprise, Caboose. Guess what we got? More bullets than you. He fired 8 bullets for 1 headshot. I just want him to sit in the corner somewhere, really.
Wait, he's got 2 kills? Oh, no, that's Steel that we're watching.
Yeah, no, the skulls. Yeah, they're good. They're really... Dizzy's orb name is called Let Me Ace. By all means, D, go for it. Even though your team have already got 2 kills, the ace is yours. Lucas falls, though. Oh, my goodness. The no-scope. The no-scope. Henny now has to clutch with the AWP in a 1-on-2.
Doable. Bomb's been ticking away for quite a while, though the smoke coming across. That's going to be favourable.
Angle.
He does spot out
Shot
D.
there on the defuse.
Gives away his position now and has no idea where those CTs are.
Oh, my goodness. So much damage.
We're so close.
Oh, he has taken down as well. Where is the M249?
It's gone.
Well, I know that, but it was more of a, I want more M249s in my life.
Where did the M249 go?
Henny, buy a Deagle.
I don't think he can hear.
Why did I say Deagle? I meant to say Negev.
A Diggle?
I meant to say Negev, not Deagle, or Diggle, or whatever it was. A
Diggle for diggity?
Can you not? Oh,
wow,
boy.
look at that utility use straight into Banana. Immortals are not messing around in this one. Bolt's just charging straight up there, but D!
Ooh, D!
For his own right is not messing around.
Destroyed right there with the AWP.
Yep.
Bolts and Steel left by their own, but there's a massive flank coming in here from Steel that D has no idea about. Knife him. Knife him. Do it. We're doing it. He's checking dark. There we go. Knife kill comes through. Steel grabs it. 2-on-2. And you got to imagine D right now is saying, what, where, how, what is going on? Knife kill ticks on through. Bomb going to go down on the B side. Good post-plant positions now and a bit of time to work with. The CTs both have kits, though. 2
mollies as well, though, for Immortals. So those could be quite crucial. Molly off the Banana. That's
also 2 for Foundation.
Yeah, that's true. Can get some... Oh, looking at the bike.
It's a nice bike.
What? Okay. Setting up for a molly by the looks of things. I don't think that's going to affect anyone from Immortals. Yeah, no, it's not. Steel finding the first kill as well. This bomb's been ticking away far too long already. Dizzy, I don't think he even has time here.
He just wants a kill. He's going to get that at least, but there's no way this defuse is possible. He has bugged straight out. Bolts, for his part, going to stay there and die with the bomb. I think he can do about that. At least he dies to the bomb and doesn't run to the Molotov and give a kill away, but...
Captain goes down with the sinking ship.
See, you say a sinking ship, right? But the goal of the bomb is for it to go off. So it's like the ship is sinking, but then it also did what it was supposed to.
Yeah.
Submarine.
Yeah, maybe.
Goes down.
Kind of makes the analogy
submarine.
wrong, though.
It does. Captain goes down with the sinking submarine and then continues business as usual because that's his job.
Yeah, pretty much. Is it called a captain on a submarine, though?
Yes.
Are we sure?
100%.
All right.
100%. Okay. Totally is.
Oh, MCE's close, but Lucas does manage to drop off without losing any HP here, so could have been something there for MCE. If maybe he had been just a little quieter or held his shot for a second. Still, Lucas gets back up, tries to re-challenge. Won't work out too well for him. Steel as well is going to go down in the meanwhile, so that's a gun that's retrievable by the Foundation.
Not with FNX doing this.
Yeah.
Can't retrieve anything from beyond the grave if an X steps up and finds himself too. ZQK tucked in the corner in jungle, waiting for the T's to push him, but they're throwing a smoke. Henny's watching it to see if anyone goes through it. ZQK is going to walk straight into his crosshair. Henny misses a flick. That's uncharacteristic. Goes back to the CZ. Notices the player coming. ZQK is distracted by bolts in mid, and Henny can get the kill.
Bomb still hanging around by apartments. Going to be entering it now, finally. So still a long time before this plant does go down here.
But a 3-on-2. Positioning good for the T's. The CT's both stuck towards the one angle. Coming together from Arch side, but the T's are all over this one. Crossfiring everywhere. Gonna have to be a pretty massive retake effort from the CTs here, but that flash is good. They can start to move. They've been mollied out though, and Henny's gonna pick up Lucas. Henny's gonna pick up D with the help of Lucas. Lucas, for his own part, is gonna step in.
Right, so 10-5 at the end of the first half. Not quite as one-sided as what we saw on Cobblestone, which was obviously 15-0, but still very, very good for Immortals at this point. Yeah,
it is. So if they can win their pistol round at this point, they can just roll on through and get things done. They nearly had their first pistol round as well, but they drop a 2-on-5, 2-on-4, something like that. Very, very well played by the Foundation to come back into it. Wasn't enough, but they got some rounds across.
They have got at least something to play with here in the second half, so they'll at least make it maybe a little bit competitive. But overall, I still think Immortals have got this pretty easily. I mean, it was the CT side on Cobblestone which was working out so well for them. So I would expect to see, really, that they should have a pretty easy time here in the second half as well, particularly if they pick up the pistol.
Credit where credit is due, though. Foundation have won 250% more rounds here already than they did on Cobble. So,
well, that's good.
That's good.
That's a start.
There's some statistics. There you go. ZQK does have himself a Tech 9. No, I'm going to go with that, though. Henny in mid, pushing with the CZ. Not going to find anything, but the USPs are here, saving the day. 3 kills for them. Ooh, the Tech 9 does come through for ZQK, but he's going to need to get a 4K now. The rest of his teammates have fallen around him. He's already being spammed.
Yeah, and the bomb as well, stuck fully in control of Immortals. Steel does to take the duel. I think ZQK there was trying to maybe get a knife kill.
Easy knife kills, easy money.
But does not work in the end. So Immortals come away with the round. Foundation do not get the bomb down, so they should probably buy into this one. Does maybe look like they're not going to, though. Oh, there we go.
And they will get the force out. Couple Deagles, couple P250s, and a Tech 9. A little bit of armor behind those as well. 2 flashes, 2 smokes. The bare minimum that you need to sort of bust in somewhere and try and get the bomb down, but Immortals should be playing this one fairly carefully. No more ridiculous aggression. They do have a Mag 7 over in Banana with a UMP backing it up, actually. Lucas playing close to the wall. The dynamic duo of the brothers, Lucas and Henny, sitting next to each other, spamming away, but the T's, for their part, not really got too much map control at the moment. They're moving towards apps, but the bomb and one of the players still in T-stairs.
First kill goes the way of Immortals. Second one as well. Henny finding both of those, one of which was the bomb. So that's not great for Foundation. And it's going to be covered off very easily by Immortals as well. The crossfire from top mid and from Banana.
Jumping UMP headshot.
Easy peasy.
Perfect.
12 for Immortals. Foundation ecoing this round out.
I think because people are still buying the UMP instead of the Negev, I think we should make the Negev $1,000.
Yeah.
And then people will buy it.
Yeah. I think that would be a fair nerf to the UMP.
Yeah. Just make everything else. That's Valve's game plan, clearly. Instead of like actually directly nerfing the UMP, we're just going to make everything else cheaper until you buy things that aren't the UMP.
Make the AK $50.
You can buy a decoy, or you can buy decoy armor and an AK-47 on the pistol round.
Easy peasy.
Beautiful. This round again.
It wouldn't be the pistol round then anymore, would it?
No, it wouldn't. Oh man. This round again, going the way of Immortals. Completely Immortals, who all the damage coming their way. Ripping apart Nation there. Expected on a round that was, just a fast rush Banana, but still.
Yeah, so Immortals now 13-5. This is the first gun round that they're going to have to face here in the second half. But if they win this one, I mean, it's pretty much all over Red Rover at this point. Well, it maybe already is here because it's a tough ask from the Foundation to come back into this one. They weren't able to get too much done in the second half of Cobblestone. Wouldn't expect much to come over here on the less favourable side of Inferno as well. The form that Immortals are in up against the Foundation right now is pretty good. They're not being challenged all that much. First kill does go the way of Henny. And again, full banana control for Immortals. Look at this. Look at where Lucas is.
He just made a lot of noise swapping out for the AK, but a free gun is a free gun. Free lunch is a free lunch, and he's going straight through it. What is that? Apparently, he's playing on a controller and using the 180 bind. That's a thing.
Is it?
Yes, if you use a controller in Counter-Strike, it has a default bound 180 button.
I've never played Counter-Strike with a controller.
Neither have I. I've just watched people do it. But either way,
Sounds horrible.
Lucas demolishing 2 players there. MCE left all alone, makes himself known with the AK fire. FNX pre-firing with the UMP. Grabs himself an AK as a free upgrade. Another flawless round for Immortals. 14-5 now. Gets a, I think that was a chicken spray down on the floor. 2 more rounds needed for them to close this out. Foundation have done 3 rounds better than Cobble, but
yeah.
I'm not sure they're going to get any more at this point.
Are they going to force into this round? That's the real question. Or do they try and take it to 15-15? They've just gone pistol armor, which is fair enough. But I think it's maybe too far gone even to get to 15-15 had they forced.
Oh my goodness, Bolt. What is this aggression? Straight down mid and finds 2. Actually, Lucas steals one of them from him. Everyone just stealing all the kills. Well, Dizzy now spamming away with the P250. He's about to have a couple players come through the smoke. FNX in his face. Does find the 1 kill. Grabs the AK-47. Gets close to Henny and closes him out too. But steals there with the pistol. And at this point, Immortals lost some guns, yeah, but what do they care? Look at their money.
Yeah, 1 round away.
They can just close this out.
Is Immortals from closing this out with a very, very convincing 2-0. One of the most convincing 2-0s that we would have seen in the Pro League, really. Usually it's like at least one map goes at least close, but here it's not happening right now.
No.
But maybe Foundation can show us something here now. Again, this is their second gun round of
They need 10 straight rounds here.
And they do.
Ooh! There's something.
That is something.
Dizzy takes down Steel, but Henny answers straight back. Spots the shoulder peek, goes for the shot. Caboose there. Good awareness to go for that, but bolts with a long spray. Gets rid of MCE. Caboose does close out Henny, but Lucas is here, backing up his brother, as always, even after he's died. FNX, perfect timing on the peak there. This is all falling apart. It's done.
Done and dusted. 16-5. Really easy result for Immortals tonight. 2-0 over the Foundation, and didn't expect any less, really, from them. It was always going to be a pretty easy performance for them. But nice to see them being able to secure it. And they'll be happy with that, because it does secure themselves a couple more points, and that's what they want. Also
puts a big raise in their round win loss as well, as they went 32-7 tonight. So that's a nice
20, what, 32-7?
Plus 25.
Plus 25, yeah.
Mathematics is hard.
Yeah, no, see, this is why I'm a commentator and I'm not a mathematician, all right?
Yeah, exactly. See.
I don't do maths. I'm not good at it. But yeah, look,
I forgive you.
Very good stuff from them. They'll be happy with that. Really couldn't have expected much better from them. Like, yeah, they could have got 16-0 on the first map, but like, who gives a damn, really, at the end of the day? They still get the points. They still completely and utterly dominate that matchup, and they just show how much stronger they are.
And looking at the Foundation side of things, they now sit at 1-19. Pretty much guaranteed relegation for them, unfortunately, down into Premier. So,
bit tough.
That's a bit rough, but what can you do when you made this many roster changes? They must have made 5 or 6 throughout the season, not even counting the fact that they have functionally an entirely new lineup right now. They've got 2 players in there they've had before, I think, and 3 completely new ones. So,
yeah,
there's not a lot you can do when you're making that many changes, and it's not even one player, then one player, then one player. It was they changed out 1, then changed out 2 at a time, I think, to get Slemmy and DSR in. And then they changed out 3. So it's hard. When you don't have a consistent roster, going up against some of the best teams in your region in North America, it's really difficult to get a look in.
Well, clearly. They didn't get much of a look in today either. I mean, it is what it is. It's expected. What can you really say about that one? And when we looked at Rush and Luminosity as well, we thought that was going to be fairly one-sided. Rush at least was able to contest with Luminosity on the first map, but the second map fairly convincing as well for Luminosity there. So 2-0s across the night for both the Brazilian teams, and that's pretty much what we thought was going to happen coming into tonight, and I think both of them really delivered pretty much what they were expected to. Luminosity maybe could have closed out the first map a bit better, but still a win.
Yeah, they got it 16-14, and then they took Cobble 16-8. So we've had double Cobble and Inferno tonight. But looking at the schedule of what we've had, looks like SK did take the first map over Cloud9, 16-12 on Inferno. Going to be playing their last map on Cache, I assume, very, very shortly. On our stream, though, 16-14, 16-8 Luminosity over Rush, and then 16-2, 16-5 for Immortals over the Foundation.
Yeah, really convincing results. Apart from the 16-14, it's been pretty one-sided really tonight. Over on the mainstream, it's a little bit closer, 16-12 being the furthest apart result. But overall, it's been a good night for us here on the secondary stream. Still one match to go, even by the looks of things, over on the mainstream. So Cloud9 and SK up on Cache. It's a decent map for both of those teams as well. So should be a bit of a crack. I might even just watch that after this.
Yeah, it's pretty much always guaranteed to be a good game when, of course, Cloud9 and SK are good teams. But whenever you have any sort of league and it's number 1 and number 2 going at it, it's always going to be a good time. So that one should be, I'm assuming, very, very close as well. Cloud9 are good on Cache. SK, of course, are good in anything that they're allowed to aim map on. So that one, I'm not going to call it, but I think that could go either way. So good maps, but on our stream, we're done. We've had our 4 best of ones. We've had a close result, a bit of a further apart result, then a 16-2 and a 16-5. So
yeah, so it should be a well, a pretty good night for maybe SK if they can get that 2-0. But I did say I thought that could go to a 1-1, and I would have said I think Cache would have been Cloud9's better map of the 2. So maybe we'll see a one apiece out of that.
Could go that way.
Never going to be a 1-1 between any of the teams that we saw tonight. As we said, we've pretty much seen everything that was expected. The 2-0s going to both Brazilian teams, proving to be much, much stronger than their opponents tonight. So good night of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, and just expected results across the board, really. But, I mean, looking at Cloud9 and SK again, just talking about that briefly, those are teams number 1 and 2 in the league. So it doesn't really matter which way they go because they're both going to land.
Yeah, definitely. And that's going to be it for us tonight, wrapping up our show. Has been a good night of Counter-Strike. If you want to see some more, you can go jump over to the main side of things where SK and Cloud9 are currently doing battle. But from us tonight, it is going to be a goodbye. Have a good one.